Hello guys, it's been a very long while. Welcome to the new year, and I pray that this year will bring us very beautiful blessings. It's going to be better than the past years of our lives. Okay, so quickly today we are going to be making a maxi circle dress. I have a picture, but I'm making just slight alterations and the neckline. We're going to be using this fabric. This is 6 yards. Okay, all of it is going to be going into the maxi dress. Okay, and I have here this black material too. I'll be using it for the lower part. Thank you for subscribing, lest I forget. And if you are new, please hit the subscribe icon and also the bell so that when I upload you get notified. Okay, and to my existing subscribers, you guys are wonderful. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have one piece of ankara that is 6 yards, and I'm using it for the maxi dress. Okay, and it's going to be a full drape to give us a very wide circumference at the lower part. So I'll pick one end this way, fold it like this. Okay, I'm going to be augmenting this short part. I will cut and add to make up for the length. Okay, so this is my starting point here. Okay, then I placed my shoulder measurement. Like I always say, if you place your measurement like this and in your shoulder, like we started from here, I'm using the shoulder measurement of 8 inches. Okay, I really hope you can see this. Or okay, what we're going to do, I'll just cut the length. Since you've seen how I folded it, I'll cut my full length and then go to the table so that everybody will follow at the upper parts. I think that's better. Okay, so I've cut both the front and the back. Okay, what I'll do later on will be to cut the remaining of this place so that they become the same length. Okay, both the front and the back will be the same. In other words, there is no front and there is no back. Okay, so like I was saying, you might be tempted to, like my shoulder, I'm using 8 inches, which is here. Then you might be tempted to just mark your shoulder this way. I think I've said it before, if you do it, it's going to give you a different shape or look altogether. Okay, because this upper part, the bust side, will not have any fitting. Okay, so the best will always be to first mark out your shoulder. You respect this folded side. Okay, you mark out your shoulder. Okay, instead of having something like this now. Okay, now if you do it this way, it's going to give you this shape. I hope you see the difference. Instead of this, you now have this, so that if you want to place your bust measurement, it becomes easy for you. Okay, so ignore this. This is the armhole we are working with, and then my bust is 10.75. Adding an allowance of 2.5 inches, and that's all the measurement we need. Okay, so from here now, I'll take it. I hope you understand. You just draw your line that will end somewhere. It doesn't have to end at the lower part. Okay, the line will just end somewhere like this. So I'll cut this part off. I will get back to it later. Okay, now looking at that picture, it's a V-neck, and I'll use I'll use a depth of 9 inches because I want mine to be very deep. Remember, this is subject to adjustment. Okay, and because of that black strap at the shoulder, I will have to change our shoulder measurement. Okay, so I'm taking away 2 inches. So the shoulder I use now is 6 inches. I hope you get. So this is now our shoulder. Okay. And then for the neck width, 4.5. Let me remove these ones first. Okay, now having explained that, the next thing will be to talk about the black frills at the lower part. Okay, just the way the fabric is now, the way it is, you just decide where you want to start, and then you draw your line down. I think that stuff got to the lowest part. Okay, you draw your line down almost to the hemline, but you get to hemline, so that it has to be equal with your fabric. Okay, so I'll now go ahead and cut this one to make up for this shortage here before we continue. Okay, so I've joined the shorter part so that all of them are now of the same length. Okay, next thing I will do will be to attach the frills, and I've clearly made a marking. As you can see, this is where I'll be attaching the frill. It's not straight. It's not straight. I hope you can see it. Okay. So I made mine in such a way that at the end, at this midpoint, by the time I fold here, it should be the same length with the frills here. I hope you get. This is what I mean. By the time I attach this one here and fold here, they should be of the same length. I didn't do it in such a way that this one becomes longer than the fabric. Okay. I have also I did this marking for both the front and the back. Okay. And then I have this black material I cut with the length of 5 inches. Okay, this is 5 inches. I already put my fold, please. It was 5.5 before I folded one end. Okay, leaving us with 5 inches. And then I cut as much as can go round. Actually, I did not measure it, but let me see. This is 1 yard, 2, 3, Okay, 4 yards and 4 inches. Okay, I make sure I cut what can go round from here, from this point. Okay, from here like this to the other side. Okay, if you are not doing it this way, if you want to attach after you have joined this one and this one at the sides, I hope you get, it will then be from one end to the other. But since I'm attaching each on a separate fabric, each on a separate fabric, so this should be able to go around from here through to the other side of this fabric. I cut 2 of them. Okay, so now next thing will be to go to the machine and join this one to this place. As you can see, the marking is also at the other side. I hope you see it. Okay, so what I will do now will be to, looking at that picture, it had very scanty gathers. So I will go to the machine and start to attach it along this line I made here. Okay, as I attach, as I sew, I will pleat, gather it small, just so it is not straight. Okay, as I sew, I will gather it small. So I will start from one end, get to the midpoint, cross to the other side, and end at the other side. Okay, so I'm done with the sorry, I'm done with the black stuff. So let's go to the next side. Initially I said I wasn't going to be making this neck, but since this is a tutorial, let me just do justice to it, whether I like it or not. Okay, so now I'm coming down by 3.5 inches. So this is 3.5 inches. Of course, you know this is a wide V-neck. Okay, this is very, very wide. Okay, and this is 3.5 inches from the shoulder, right? Now I will have to straighten this armhole. It will no longer be curved this way. Okay, it has to look like the armhole of an off-shoulder dress. I hope you see it. Okay, so I'm cutting this part off now. I have to straighten it more so that the black stuff is very, very visible. Alright, so I'll now measure this, the part I cut off. It's about 3.25. I'll make it 3.5 or 4. Okay, I hope you get. So now I'm going to measure this remaining neckline. It's about 16 inches. That is 8. Since it's on fold, it is 16 inches. Okay, and then you see it wasn't joined, it was just tied at the shoulder. Sorry, I hope you see it. So even if it is more than 16, it is very okay. Okay, like I said, the front and the back, there is no difference. All right, so next thing I will do now will be to cut another piece This is more than 16 inches, and that's what I will use. Assuming I was joining it here, I'm stitching it here, then I'll maintain the 16 inches. But since I'm tying it like a rope, initially I said I wasn't going to do it, but since it's a tutorial, let's just do it that way. So this is our 16 inches, so this is for the tying. And I'm cutting both the front and the back at the same time. Alright, so we now have it. Each is 3 inches. When I fold, 1.5 inches. So one is for the front, so the other one is for the back. But before we attach this, I will use my bias and fold the armhole area. Okay, I'm going to use my bias to fold the armhole area before we now start to attach this one to the neck. Okay, so I've folded the armhole. Next will be to just attach this at the neckline. I notched the midpoint of this so that it will lap here, in order that I have equal proportion of this black stuff on this side and then on the other side. When I do that, I will then join them at the two sides. I'll place them at the two sides, and fold the hemline, and that will be all. Okay, so now we've come to the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I hope it has been helpful. And please, if you are looking for a black stuff, it has to be light so that it can relax very well. Okay, don't use something that is very thick. Use something that is close to a chiffon or light fabric, so that when you sew it, it can fall comfortably. Thank you guys for watching till the end. Please do have a wonderful day and keep being innovative. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, please do so before leaving, and also tap on the bell to get notified. I love you all. Bye.